Good day, everyone. In the kitchen with Chef Carol again. God bless you. Today I'm just going to get started right now with my chicken. I have a whole chicken that I'm going to cut down, and I'm going to get started because I'm going to make cream chicken and waffles today. So let me get my chicken cut down, clean, get that on the pot here so it can cook slow and get seasoned up. And I'll make my little gravy, a light gravy, to go on top of the chicken, and then I'll go ahead and make my homemade waffle. So let's get started with cleaning my chicken and get this dinner rolling. Guys, I've been having a taste for chicken and waffles for the longest time. I was blessed with a waffle maker, a new waffle maker, so why not make it today? It's a quiet evening, nice and peaceful, so I'm going to enjoy some good old chicken and creamy chicken and waffles today. But first I'm just going to use half of the chicken here and cook that down slow. I'm going to show you how I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Clean my chicken real good. I already had it soaking in some water with vinegar. Now I'm going to cut it down, make sure it's nice and clean. And let me show you my waffle maker. I was blessed with nice waffle maker here. I was blessed with that good old waffle maker, so I'm going to be cooking with that today and see how it works. It's a blessing. Yeah, nice size waffles. I'm going to be using that today and get these waffles are going today. So let me get my chicken and turn my cold water on. That chicken, I'm going to cut off the tail part here, get that out the way. I'm going to go ahead and cut the back, split it right down the middle here. Cut off some of this fat here. Get all that fat off of there. Pull this up some more so you can see. That's better. Okay, get it washed down real good. Get all that gook off of here, off of this chicken here. All that stuff, no good. And all that out. Even under the skin, I get all that gook out of there. Even under the skin, I take it and get all that out of there. I'm going to slow cook this chicken on top of the stove this time. I'm not going to boil it and boil all the flavors out. But I'm going to take this middle section out here. Cut that right on out. That's the back. Got that out of there. I'm going to cut this piece off of the wing. That out of there. Let me get the other one. Just cut that off. You can take some lemon. I'm going to cut a lemon and I'm going to go over this chicken too to make sure that it's clean. Now I'll go on the side here and I'll cut this chicken right in half. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So I'll take and season this chicken here and save that for another meal. I'll place it in the bag and I'll save it for something else. Don't need a whole chicken here for this meal. Just making sure I have all that grime off of here. All that stuff. I'm gonna go up under the skin. Make sure I get all that hook out of there. Now I'm just going to take a lemon. I'm going to wash that off. I'm going to use the juices of the lemon. And go ahead and wipe this chicken down some more. Better clean the lemon juice. Alright, put another glove on. I'm going to cut my chicken down. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to place it in the pan. Start it on medium-high heat. And let it cook slow until it starts to fall off the bone. I'm going to be using some liquid coconut oil for a better flavor since my chicken is going on the waffles. So we're going to give it a different flavor here. So I cleaned my chicken. So let's get it over here. Set it up on my board here. And get it seasoned up real good. I'm going to pat my chicken dry. Make sure we got all that cook off of there. I can actually take this bone out too because we don't need the bone with this recipe here. We don't need our bones in our chicken. So I'll just cut that out. There we go. Get that cut out of there. I think I'll cut this out as well. Let's see what part of the bone is that. No, that's my thigh. I'm going to leave that on there. That's a big enough bone on the thigh here. I'll leave that in because that'll easily come off anyhow. Okay. So let me go over here and show you how I'm going to get my chicken seasoned and put in the pan so I can cook it on low and then get started with making my mixture for my waffle. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and allow my pan to get nice and hot. I have some liquid coconut oil, 100% pure. I'm going to just add that to the pan there. It's good for sauteing. I take 2 tablespoons of liquid coconut oil. We'll just coat our pan with that before adding my chicken. So while that's getting hot, I'm going to go ahead and cut this chicken down. I'm going to cut it in half here. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the leg in the quarter and the thigh here. I'm going to just cut that in half so it'll cook a little quicker. So I have my leg and I have my thigh. So I'm going to cut the wing off here real quick. We have our wing. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this breast in half. That way it cooks a little easy, a little quicker. So I just take and cut that down, that breast meat. Get that off the bone because I don't need the bone. So we'll just cut the meat off. This is going to be my creamy chicken to go on top of my waffles. I don't too much like the fried chicken with my waffles. So, one of my favorites here, growing up as a kid, was my mom's chicken and waffles. Creamy chicken and waffles. So we'll just get rid of that there. Okay, they got my oil nice and hot here. So I'm just going to add some of the seasoned butter. It's the... I have some garlic and herb butter. I'm just going to go ahead and add to that oil. Before placing my chicken. And I'll just turn it back on low while the chicken's cooking. Let that butter melt down. And I'll season my chicken once I put it in the pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and slow cook this chicken and let it cook with the lid on, seasoned. Once the chicken starts to falling off, breaking down, I'll go ahead and make a light gravy with flour and cold water. And I'll add that on there, and then I'll have my creamy chicken. Okay, let's put my chicken in the pan. I'm going to turn it down because we're going to cook it slow. And now that I have my chicken in the pan, I can go ahead and add my seasonings. Now I just went ahead and put my temperature on 5. So I'm going to add some rosemary. 2 tablespoons of rosemary. I'm going to add to that. I have some ginger powder. I love ginger in my food. So 2 tablespoons of ginger powder. I have some oregano. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that. That coconut oil is going to give this chicken so much flavor. I have some adobo. I'm going to add some garlic and onion powder. I have some black pepper. Let me make sure that lid's on. We don't want that to spill out. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some good old paprika. Just a teaspoon of paprika. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my flip for my chicken. And then I'm going to place a lid on. I'm going to add a tad bit of water, maybe a half of a cup. Once it's cooked down, I'll go ahead and add maybe a half a cup of water. We'll see how it goes with these chicken parts. And let it do what it do. I'm going to add this other little piece of chicken in there. So now I'll place my lid on. And even for the water part, you can use chicken broth around the end to make your gravy. Just maybe a half a cup of chicken broth. Add that to your pan right after the chicken is done to give it more flavor. I could actually use the back. I could use the neck and all that to make it my own broth, but I'm not going to go that route today. So I'm just going to place a lid on this here and let this chicken cook slow until it starts to fall off the bone. So let's let that do what it do, guys, and I'll be back.